Hey, I'm Justin from Lit Climbing, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to mount and set up your new Lit Hangboard. When you first open the box, you'll find a handful of accessories. These include the manual, 2 hex keys, a brush, 8 bolts, 4 bolt covers, the power supply, the power cable, and a handful of stickers. Under these, you'll find the hangboard itself. Lift this out to get to the mounting plate. The mounting plate is what you actually attach to the wall. There are 8 embedded nuts that the hangboard bolts into. The side where you can see the nuts is the back. This side must face the wall. Mounting it backwards could cause the hangboard to pull these out, potentially leading to damage or injury. The forces applied to the hangboard are transferred to the mounting plate through the bolts in each corner. This means that you will need to ensure that each corner is well supported. We recommend placing screws in these locations. Also, be careful not to screw into these areas as it will interfere with the hangboard. When selecting where to mount your hangboard, you must find somewhere where the corners can be well supported. Here I attach the mounting plate to some 2x4s that are securely built out from the wall. If you are mounting it directly to a wall, for example above a doorway, it must be screwed into studs. Never mount the hangboard only to drywall. This will not be strong enough. It's your responsibility to make sure whatever you mount the hangboard to is able to withstand the loads. Another important factor when choosing where to mount the hangboard is to ensure that there is at least a 1/4 inch of clearance underneath the hangboard. This is so that the hangboard will not rest on whatever surface is underneath it, leading to inaccurate measurements. With the mounting plate securely mounted, we can now attach the hangboard. Start by finding the longer of the 2 hex keys. This key is used for the bolts holding onto the holds. Remove the 2 pinches from the corners to expose the mounting points. Next, get out the 8 bolts and the shorter of the hex keys. Hold the hangboard in place and lightly tighten 1 bolt in each of the top corners using the short hex key. It can be helpful to have someone hold the hangboard in place while you tighten the bolts. Now, install the remaining 6 bolts finger tight. With all 8 installed, tighten them completely. If you are happy with the installation, you can now cover the bolts using the bolt covers. Reinstall the pinches. Finally, route the power cable how you want and plug it into the top of the hangboard. With the hangboard powered on, the status LED should turn pink. This indicates that it has set up an access point for you to input your Wi-Fi settings. On your phone, search for the Wi-Fi network called Lit Hangboard and connect to it using the password climbing. You should be prompted to sign into the network. If you are prompted that the network can't reach the internet, choose to stay connected. Your phone should take you to a sign-up page, but if it doesn't for any reason, you can reach it by opening a browser page and trying to go to any random website. Follow the prompts and select your Wi-Fi SSID and enter your password. Once it connects, the status LED should change to pulsing blue. This is the hangboard's idle state. Make sure you connect back to your main Wi-Fi network. There are 2 types of calibrations you can do on the hangboard. The first is a full calibration. This will calibrate the amount of force the hangboard reads, as well as the left to right balance of each hold. The second is just the balance calibration. Anytime you move the hangboard, you should perform a full calibration. This will compensate for any variations in the way it is mounted. A balance calibration should be done anytime you move the holds around. Before we jump into it, I like to make sure that the hangboard is well seated by grabbing onto the jugs and giving it a good couple of pulls. This makes sure that the hangboard is in its final position before we calibrate. Since this is a brand new setup, we're going to be doing a full calibration. For this, you're going to need a scale to measure how much you weigh. Once you weigh yourself, open the app and go to Hangboard Full Calibration. Enter the amount you weigh on the first screen. Half of the hangboard will now light up. Touching only the lit up holds, hang without swinging until the holds change. Repeat this for the other side. That's it for force calibration. Now we are on to the balance calibration. This calibration doesn't require that you pull with your full weight, just that you pull with a fairly consistent force. The holds will light up one at a time. Grab the one that is lit up and pull straight down. Once it gets a valid reading, it will light up the next hold. Repeat this for all of the holds. You should use the arm and the grip that the hold will most likely be used with later. The calibration is now complete. Your Lit Hangboard is almost fully set up. You just need to hang the brush and the wrench from it. On either side of the hangboard there are embedded magnets. These line up with the magnets on the back of the brush. Simply choose a side and line up the magnets and the brush will stay. On the other side, you can hang the wrench. This way you always know where the brush and the wrench are during your workouts. When tightening a hold's bolt, be careful not to over tighten it. This is especially true for the 15 to 10 millimeter crimp, which is very thin and can crack if over tightened. The hangboard keeps track of its layout automatically and will prompt you if the workout or test you're about to perform requires a change. If for any reason you change the holds outside of this, you can tell the hangboard about your changes in the layout settings page. Your new Lit Hangboard is now fully set up. You can now either go create a workout or after a proper warm-up, run through one of the fitness tests. I hope you enjoy your hangboard and thanks for watching.